Okay, so we're going to continue on how to sketch an exponential function. So we know that exponent tu exponent lah. Okay, kita ada exponent x dekat sini. So for exponential function, we basically have 4 basic shapes. Sama macam square root function, kita ada 4 basic shapes. So apa yang membezakan shape-shape kita dekat sini ialah, okay, so kalau kamu tengok kat sini, ini ialah general form of our exponent function. So di sini, yang ini plus minus exponent itu akan represent kamu punya y axis kamu lah, sama ada positif ataupun negatif. So ini pula akan represent kita punya x, sama ada positif or negatif. Okay, so let's see this one, function yang pertama kita here. So from quadrant 1 pergi ke sini. Okay, so from quadrant 1 kita tahu ini positif, y positif, x pun positif. So the function should be y equals to exponent positive x. Okay, so macam saya cakap, dia daripada quadrant 1 pergi ke sini. Nampak tak? Dia tak kena pun dekat line ini. So line ni kita panggil sebagai horizontal asymptote. So kalau kamu ingat, for rational function we have horizontal asymptote and vertical asymptote, but for exponent we only have horizontal asymptote sahaja. Horizontal asymptote. So dari mana nak cari horizontal asymptote kita? From the general function, the general form of our function yang berada di luar ini, sama ada plus or minus positive a tu, plus or minus a tu, ini ialah horizontal asymptote kita. So horizontal asymptote is y equals to something. So itu akan jadi horizontal asymptote kita lah. Okay, so back to the shape of our graph. So let's see, for this one, daripada quadrant yang kedua pergi kepada horizontal asymptote kita. So we know that this is y positive, x negative. So the function should be looking like this. Y equals to positive y, so positive exponent, negative x. Okay? Alright, how about from quadrant 3 here? From quadrant 3, okay, mendekati horizontal asymptote kita. So we know that quadrant 3 dekat sini y negative, x pun negative juga. So the function should be looking like this. Y equals to negative, which is represent y kita, exponent, negative x. Okay, as for the last one, the shape for the last one kita ada daripada quadrant 4 pergi ke horizontal asymptote kita. So quadrant 4 tu maksudnya x positive, y negative. So that should be y equals to negative exponent, positive x. Okay, so macam mana kita nak tahu shape of our graph? Kita kena refer dekat ini, which is represent y, ini represent x kita. Okay, so daripada quadrant tu dah akan mendekati horizontal asymptote kita. So how to sketch our graph? The first one is macam biasa, we have to know the basic shape, which is apa yang saya baru je terangkan. So second thing is we have to find our horizontal asymptote. So ingat, untuk exponent we only have horizontal asymptote, we don't have vertical asymptote. So you have to find your horizontal asymptote, which is y equal to something. Okay, kita akan refer dekat sini lah. And the last one is we need to find x-intercept or y-intercept. Okay, so let's look at question A. We have fx equals to positive exponent x plus 3. So first we have to determine the shape. So depan exponent positive, x pun positive. So maksudnya berada di kuadran 1. Okay, positive x, positive y berada di kuadran 1. Okay, ini bukan graph shooting stars, dia ialah eksponen. Kita tahu dia ada horizontal asymptote, so dia akan jadi begitu. Okay, daripada kuadran 1 mendekati horizontal asymptote kita. Alright, so kalau kamu nak senang ingatlah horizontal exponent function ni macam mana lah bentuk dia, dia akan jadi macam ni. Exponent kan, huruf E, gitu. Okay, dia ada horizontal asymptote, itulah dia. Right, so the second thing that we have to find is our horizontal asymptote. So horizontal asymptote is y equals to this thing outside here. Okay, yang selain daripada exponent. So we have y equals to 3 is our horizontal asymptote. So the last thing is we have to find x-intercept and y-intercept. So x-intercept is when y equals to 0. So we will have exponent x plus 3 equals to 0. So this will be your indices equation. Okay, index equation ataupun log equation kita. So let's see if we have ex equals to negative 3. Okay, macam mana nak cari x? Index equation kita kena log both side. Okay, betul, log both side. So we are going to, so dalam kes ni kita log both side. So we know that log dalam log tak boleh negatif. So this case is undefined. So macam apa-apa graph yang kita buat before this, kalau undefined maksudnya dia tak ada x-intercept. So we don't need to find pun x-intercept sebenarnya. Okay, so y-intercept is when x equals to 0. So we will have y equals to exponent 0 plus 3. Ingat, exponent to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, bukan kosong So your y-intercept is y equals to 4. Okay, so we have everything. Do we have everything? Yes, we do. We have our horizontal asymptote and our y-intercept. Jangan terbalik pula. Okay, jangan tertukar. So let's sketch our graph. We have our y-axis and our x-axis. So, kita punya horizontal asymptote is y equals to 3. So, let's say this is the line y equals to 3. Y equals to 3. Okay. So, now we know that the shape is from quadrant 1. So, from quadrant 1 di sinilah. Okay, mendekati kita punya asymptote. Okay. Up here, down there. Okay. Alright. So, kita punya y-intercept boleh label 4 dekat sini. Function kita pun boleh label ex plus 3. And apa lagi yang boleh label? Tak ada, itu sahaja. As you can see from here, kita tak kena pun x-intercept. Okay, so kalau kamu nak lukis dulu, kalau kamu nak lukis dulu, kamu tahu dia tak ada x-intercept, you don't have to show this. Okay, you don't have to show this pun. Right, so let's find our domain and range. So ingat, kalau ada vertical asymptote, horizontal asymptote tu, there is something about our domain dengan range yang akan jadi lain sikit lah. So domain daripada kiri ke kanan, so obviously that is negative infinity to infinity. So range pula, okay, tak ada graph, daripada bawah ke atas kan, tak ada graph. The graph starts from here. Okay, tapi bukan 3. Okay, bukan 3. Bukan 4 juga. So dia start dekat mana? Dia start dekat 3, but 3 is not included. So dia akan jadi open 3 infinity. Okay, so as you can see from here, kalau range kita, ini ialah horizontal asymptote kita. Okay, boleh faham ke? Ingat bukan 4 kita punya range. Range kita starts from horizontal asymptote up to infinity. Okay, so let's see question B. We have fx equals to 2 minus exponent 2x. So first thing first is we have to find our basic shape. So apa basic shape kamu? Daripada kuadran berapa tu? Check our y. Y is negative. Okay, so y is negative. Kat sinilah ini y negative. Y negative. X is positive. So positive dekat sini. So dia daripada kuadran yang keempat. Okay, kuadran keempat akan pergi menuju ke kita punya horizontal asymptote. So the graph should be looking something like this. Okay, alright. So second thing is we have to find our horizontal asymptote. So horizontal asymptote is y equals to apa yang berada di luar. Okay, so here we have y equals to 2. Right, so let's find our x-intercept and y-intercept. X-intercept is when y equals to 0. So we will have 2 minus exponent 2x equals to 0. Exponent 2x equals to 2. Ni semua kita dah belajar dalam chapter 2. Ln 2. So we will have x equals to ln 2 over 2. Okay, kalau kira dalam calculator, here we are going to get 0.35. Okay. So y-intercept kita pula, y-intercept is when x equals to 0. So we will have y equals to 2 minus exponent 0. Lagi sekali saya cakap, exponent 0 ialah 1. So 2 tolak 1, 1. Okay, so now let's sketch our graph. Kita lukis axis kita. Okay, the first thing is always second thing yang kita akan letak dulu. Okay, macam sebelum ni kita buat maximum point dulu, kita buat starting point dulu, center point dulu, apa lagi point ada, inflection point dulu. Sama juga sekarang kita kena buat horizontal asymptote dulu. Okay, so horizontal asymptote we have y equals to 2. So it's somewhere around here. Kena label kan kita punya asymptote kita. So here is y equals to 2. Graf kita tadi macam mana rupanya? Daripada kuadran 4 menuju ke horizontal asymptote. So dia boleh jadi macam ni, dia boleh juga jadi macam ni. So sebab tu kita kena cari x-intercept, y-intercept kita. So since our x-intercept is positive, which is 0.35, y-intercept pun positif dekat sini. So graf kita akan lalu atas. Okay. So daripada kuadran yang keempat menuju ke kita punya horizontal asymptote. Okay, macam tak kena pula. Okay, like that. Like that, ha. Okay. So here is 0.35. Bukan. Here is 1. Here is 1. Here is 0.35. Macam tak kena je graf saya ni kan. Saya lukis balik ya. Okay, lebih kurang lah. Okay. So here is 1. Here is 0.35. Make sure to label your graph y is equals to 2 minus exponent 2x. Okay. So let's find our domain. Domain is negative infinity to infinity. So our range is negative infinity to 1 ke 2? Kalau 1 dia berhenti dekat sini. Okay. Dekat sini range kita sentiasa horizontal asymptote kita. Okay. Open. Okay. Sebab asymptote tak boleh equal. Okay, so that is how we we sketch our exponent function. Thank you.